47. Yes, that's how many suits we got in Marvel's Spider-Man. 47 in that original game. So if you don't think that we're gonna get at least 30 killer costumes for Marvel's Wolverine, think again, Bob.
Cyclops, I know how you feel about it, Wolverine, but you know nothing, little man.
Now, of course, we already know about 3 confirmed costumes for that game, including the yellow battle suit, the winter outdoor suit, and the flannel dripping cowboy Logan. But today we're gonna go ahead and dive head first.
Nope.
Or I guess, you know what, probably makes more sense, claws first, into the top 10 must-have suits that Insomniac has to include in Marvel's Wolverine.
I go where I wanna go.
And hey, I do want to mention, this of course is my list, but I want to hear your list. So hit the comment section down below and drop your top 10 most wanted suits. In addition to that, while you're down there, please don't forget to go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. Thank you guys so very much for your kindness and your continued support. We're aiming for 1,000 likes. And with all that in mind, let's dive on in.
Let's go, bub.
And so we kick things off with one of the most iconic looks for Logan, taking him all the way back to his origin of becoming the adamantium plated beast that we all love. And I'm of course talking about the legendary Weapon X costume. This one would make perfect sense as a suit that we would actually maybe unlock as part of some sort of a mission. Heck, maybe it could be like a flashback sequence where we play through the actual mission of him breaking out of the Weapon X facility after being experimented on, and then we hit the wilderness, the wild forest, the snowy terrain, and the absolutely enraged monster that is Wolverine. I mean, realistically, Fortnite literally just added this version of Wolverine into their playable game roster. So how the heck does the official Marvel's Wolverine game not include that costume? And since we're on the topic of Wolverine's origin, what better suit to celebrate next than the one that actually started it all? Yes, for those of you that are maybe not aware, this right here is literally Wolverine's original costume, debuting in Incredible Hulk 180, and then the full first appearance happening in Incredible Hulk 181 back in 1974. This is the original look for Logan. Now, yes, I understand that it is a little bit goofy and it has those weird whiskers that some people are like, oh, he looks like some sort of Catman or something like that. He doesn't look quite as menacing. But to me, personally, respect the classics, people. We have to include this one. This is the one that actually got it all started for the character. So I really do hope that Insomniac gives this one a tip of the cap and includes it as part of the playable roster. And then in addition to that, I would obviously love a recreation of those Incredible Hulk 180 and 181 issues, allowing us to actually play through a sequence of Wolverine versus the Hulk. That would be freaking incredible.
All right, bub. Where were we?
Next up, coming in hot, we've got an astonishing costume, because this, of course, is the astonishing X-Man look. I've always really liked this particular iteration, just because it always felt like, and this is going to sound kind of weird, but it felt like this weird, like, compact version of Wolverine. He just felt like a ball. I mean, he's always a ball of rage, but with this suit, just with the shorter cowl ears and just kind of stockier look that he has, more so than even usual, I've just always really liked this particular costume, and I would love to see it become a playable costume in Marvel's Wolverine.
Tell Cyclops I made him a convertible.
Now, this next one is a huge fan favorite, and I am 99.9% sure that it will actually end up being in the game. But this, of course, is the classic brown and tan costume. I think that this is one of those looks that a lot of people grew up with. This is many people's favorite version of Wolverine, which is why I am pretty dang certain that it will end up being in the game. Oh, and you know, as a slight aside, because I didn't even bring this up for the other suits yet, but I feel like it is important to go ahead and bring up, But do you guys agree with me that it would also be really freaking cool if they allowed us to actually have like a toggle on and a toggle off feature for the mask or the cowl that Wolverine is wearing? That way we would have even more like variety in terms of the, I guess, appearance of Logan in the game. So you could choose to be like, oh, I want to have the mask on or have the mask off. And that almost gives you, I guess, kind of like a 2-in-1 value for each one of the costumes that we've been talking about.
Keep an eye on me, Gambit. You might learn something.
Okay, I know, please don't attack me. I know. This next one is 100% going to be the most controversial costume on my entire list, but come on. I'm the Lego Games guy, so you'd know that I had to include the Lego version of Wolverine. And I know that this one is an absolute stretch because, I mean, how crazy would it be if Lego actually approved to include a Lego minifigure in a game that is this gory and this mature? But at the same time, I also kind of thought to myself, how freaking cool would it be if they did come to that agreement? And in addition to that, how cool would it be if maybe when you equip the Lego version of Wolverine, all the blood and gore of the game actually turns into like Lego studs to try to make it look less mature? I think that would be such a fun inclusion. It would be so out of left field. I don't see it happening, but boy, oh boy, it would be a blast if it actually did happen.
I'm Wolverine.
So next, let's get back on track in terms of realistically possible costumes to actually be included in the game. And we are, of course, taking a look at the Old Man Logan costume. And more specifically, I'm talking about the trench coat look for Old Man Logan, because he does obviously wear a few different costumes throughout that particular story and the subsequent versions and stories of Old Man Logan. But I really think that the trench coat and the hat look would be very unique. It's kind of referred to as the Undertaker look for Logan. I think that would be really cool because, again, it's very different to everything else that we've taken a look at so far. And that's one of the things that I definitely do take into account when I make one of these list videos, is that I want to make sure that I have a nice variety of suits. I don't want to just go like one after another, like, oh, I want this version of the blue and yellow, this version of the brown and tan, like, it would feel very redundant, and I feel like it would be way too similar to one another. Because of that, I'm trying to make sure that I'm picking outfits that will be unique and different from one another. That way, when you play as them, they do stand out and they don't just blend in together with just slight little variances to each one. Next up, coming in at number 4, before we get to the top 3, is of course Patch Wolverine. You know, the eye patch wearing, tuxedo rocking, undercover Logan that we all love from Madripoor. And speaking of Madripoor, we of course know that we are seemingly going to spend a lot of time during this game in Madripoor proper. So I feel like this is another costume that is kind of a no-brainer to actually go on ahead and include. In fact, I would really love to see this costume be the costume that you get to wear as part of some sort of maybe like a stealth mission in Madripoor within a casino or something like that. That would be a whole heck of a lot of fun.
What kind of monster are you? The Wolverine.
And then we kick things off with the top 3. And we are, of course, looking at the Uncanny X-Force costume. And this costume is just straight up bad to the bone. You've got the black and gray color scheme, which looks very sleek and very stylish on its own. But then you've also got the red glowing eyes to give you that extra level of intimidation, as if it's not terrifying enough to deal with Wolverine in his regular attires. I just think that this one would be a really cool addition. I would love for them in some way, shape, or form, maybe even tease an X-Force video game coming out of this Wolverine game, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're making a Wolverine game, so the next natural thing that you think of is X-Men. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But when you look at how violent this Wolverine game is, I feel like tonally it would almost fit better for them to move on from Wolverine into an Uncanny X-Force video game over X-Man video game. Again, let me know if you guys agree or disagree.
I'm the best there is at what I do. What I do best isn't very nice.
Next up at number 2, we have my personal favorite, and that is Jim Lee's yellow and blue suit. The long ears on the cowl, the super heroic silhouette, and just pure nostalgic look of this Wolverine. To me, this is like when I close my eyes and somebody's like, oh, what do you think about Wolverine? this is the first image that pops in my mind. That's the look that I always think of when I think of Wolverine. So I certainly do hope that he will go ahead and be included as part of the playable roster. If he's not, oh, that would be so freaking enraging. But again, this is such an iconic version of the character and such an iconic interpretation of the character that I would be very, 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 very surprised if they don't include this one in the game.
Grow those back.
And come on, you knew who was going to be number one, right? Because as much as I just said that, to me, when I close my eyes, I think of Jim Lee's art for Wolverine as my image of the character. I think for a lot of people around the world, especially because, again, most people don't read comics, don't really care about the comics at all. When you mention the character of Wolverine to them, they think of one man, and that is, of course, Hugh Jackman. I don't care what costume they end up actually choosing, whether it be the Logan version or X2 or Deadpool and Wolverine, or heck, maybe even the deleted scenes costume from The Wolverine. Whatever it is, just give us something that honors the man who has been Logan and Wolverine for more than 20 years now. And yes, I get what you're gonna say, licensing might actually be tricky, and that's probably a valid point. I don't know how likely Hugh Jackman is to actually sign off on his likeness to be included, but if they cannot get Hugh Jackman's likeness itself, just simply getting the outfits that he wore in those iconic films would obviously be freaking fantastic, and I feel like would be a great celebration of the live action version of this character. Heck, how cool would it be if this was actually our reward for, let's say, like getting the platinum trophy in the game, 100% completing the game? You're rewarded with the legendary costume celebrating Hugh Jackman's interpretation of this iconic character. So there you have it, my top 10 suits that need to be in Marvel's Wolverine. But what about you guys? Let me know down in the comment section below. Did I forget any? Did you like the selections that I made? Do you dislike the selections that I made? Let me know down in the comment section below. And of course, if you guys did enjoy the video, like always, take a quick moment to also smash that thumbs up button. Thank you for leaving a like. And of course, make sure that you're subscribed for more Marvel's Wolverine and other related content. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everybody.